heavy damage.
Well, if that wasn't intentional, I don't know what was.
And he landed 5 big shoves on Kyle Larson.
They're golfing buddies, right? Do they golf together?
Not today.
Probably gonna have to wait on that tee time. It's gonna look a little different when they do go out onto that golf course. We want to talk about this situation that went down. Let's start with what happened on the racetrack, and let's break down what you saw between those two guys.
Yeah, I mean, it actually started on the back straightaway. They were battling for 6, and they were 3 wide going off into turn 3. Bubba was on the outside. You see Larson makes the dive bomb the inside. Harvick, he was in the middle. He backed out. He did not like what he saw right there. And you're going to see Larson he loses the car right there off turn 4, sends Bubba into the wall, and this is where it gets pretty ugly. Just a bad situation. I know Bubba was upset. He had a good race car. He had led 29 laps. He truly felt like he had a car that could win this race.
Well, and he was leading, Larry, on that restart, and that's probably what built the frustration when he was battling with Kyle. He had already fallen back to 6, so he's trying to keep that position, said he didn't want to lift. But Kyle Larson, on the other hand, is on the bottom. That track, I'm telling you, was so slick. If I missed the bottom by a foot on Saturday, I might as well drive it all the way to the wall. And that's what happened there. We saw it with the 5 and 45. We saw it with the 8 and 99. We saw it with Kyle Busch and Ryan Blaney, where they were just sliding off turn 4. And no matter how much you lifted, kind of like William Byron and Denny Hamlin a few weeks ago, I think this is just one of those situations with this car. When it gets in that position, it's very hard to leave enough room on exit if you don't start early in the corner with that.
But I think the situation that's the most concerning is, and we don't know, Bubba's come on there and said he lost his steering. But I mean, if this was a retaliation because he was upset that he had got put into the wall.
Yeah, I mean, Bubba knows what went on right there. And, you know, we're in a situation right now with this race car. We have 2 drivers, including his teammate. Kurt Busch just announced he's retiring from driving full time. You can't be hooking people in the right rear quarter panel in the middle of a straightaway at a 1.5-mile racetrack, and ended up taking out Christopher Bell right there. But I think where NASCAR is going to view this is a lot of different views. I think they're going to look at the fact of right there, the retaliation that we know that they came down on Noah Gragson at Road America back in July. But I think they're going to look at the fact that he walks down the racetrack, he goes down there and shoves on Kyle Larson. But I think another big ticket item is the fact he did not listen to NASCAR. He had actually put his hands on an official. I think NASCAR is going to look at a lot of layers of this situation.
Yeah, there you see him getting out of the race car and going. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, the whole situation is kind of unacceptable in my opinion. As soon as I saw it happen, I got sick in my stomach for the reasons you were talking about, Larry. If the 20 car is not there on the straightaway, when the 5 car spins and is coming up, he's going to back that car in, which is the worst position to have these race cars in for impact. So that was very dangerous. And I'm telling you, that racetrack was fast. A lot of throttle time when you hear the in-car cameras. You just can't wreck somebody like that on the straightaway or anywhere. But that was the worst place you could do it, all the way on the bottom, wrecks him to the top. And then I'll tell you this, Larry, you're talking about getting out of the car and going to the infield. I got a $20,000 fine for walking to the ambulance one time for leaving my race car. So if they don't fine him for that, I need my money back.
Yeah, in other sports, I mean, you touch an official or a referee, and it's you're gone. Let's hear what those guys had to say after the race.
He tried to clear me, and it's nowhere clear, and just stayed in the gas. I lifted, and it was too late at that point, and he just ran us into the fence. Everything broke, and we were wadded up.
When you get shoved into the fence, like deliberately like he did, trying to force me to lift, the steering was gone. So just so happened to be there.
He had a fast car, and felt like me getting him into the wall was ending his day. So he ended both of ours. But yeah, just like I said, it is what it is. I would have been frustrated as well. I just don't think that I would have hooked him down the straightaway, especially with everything that's been going on here lately with injuries and such.
Okay, so 2 different views of this, right? Obviously, 2 different guys that are involved in it. How should or how do you think NASCAR is going to progress with this?
Well, and I think that's what they're doing right now. They're looking through data. They're looking through steering. They're looking through throttle. They're looking at video. I think they have to do something because of the retaliation at this fast of a racetrack and because of what he did with the NASCAR official. Points, I'm not sure means a whole lot to that 45 car in Bubba Wallace right now, but I'm going to say it's probably for sure going to be a monetary fine, and I would not be shocked if he's not sat down a race.
Yeah.